It's always a pleasure to take part in events organised by the Institute for International and European Affairs, and I'm delighted to have the chance to speak to you this afternoon to introduce Ireland's bid to become an observer on the Arctic Council. The Arctic Council, established in 1996, is recognised as the primary forum for international cooperation and coordination in the Arctic region. Its members are the 8 Arctic states, and there are also 13 observer states. That's the grouping that Ireland seeks to join, and we submitted our application in December 2020. You may well ask, why is Ireland applying to the Arctic Council? The answer is quite simple. We are an island at the edge of Europe, in the North Atlantic, and we have a culture, heritage and identity intrinsically linked to the seas that surround us. We're not in the Arctic, but we are part of the wider Arctic neighbourhood. There are fundamental changes taking place in the region that impact directly on Ireland as a country, as well as being a wider global concern. With the changes we are experiencing year after year to our climate, there is a growing awareness that the only successful way forward is working together with others in developing solutions to the problems and challenges that we all face. Ireland's foreign policy is based firmly on the belief that states working together in cohesive multilateral organisations is the best way to achieve global progress and sustainable development. From the earliest days of our independent statehood, when we played an important role in the ill-fated League of Nations, to our modern-day membership of the United Nations and its many subsidiary organisations, and of course the European Union, we have worked together with like-minded countries on global issues such as disarmament, human rights, peacekeeping, and fighting poverty and hunger. Our election last year, for the second time in 20 years, as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council, speaks to the respect in which Ireland is held as a pragmatic and neutral actor on the international stage. Ireland will approach observer status to the Arctic Council, if we are successful in our application, of course, in the same spirit of commitment and pragmatic multilateral action. We recognise that the 8 member states of the Council and the communities that live in the Arctic will be the primary decision makers and shapers of the region's future. But we offer ourselves as an observer state with a track record as a respected and respectful global citizen and a country with a contribution to make. We will work with the Arctic states to understand and address the effects of climate change. I read recently that every year the Arctic ice cap loses an area the size of Austria. Climate change in the Arctic threatens not only the people of the region and the wildlife and fauna, but all of us. And Arctic permafrost is a huge natural storehouse of carbon. As it melts, it releases greenhouse gases, which will accelerate global warming. Since 1979, the volume of the Arctic ice has shrunk by 75%, and in the summer, it is now feasible to navigate from the Atlantic to the Pacific without needing an icebreaker. For the indigenous communities of the Arctic, the growing interest in the region might create an economic activity and lead to extensions of roads, railways, telecommunication networks, and electricity grids. But new routes and increased shipping also mean risks for indigenous communities and an already fragile ecosystem. This may have a negative impact in terms of accidents and pollution. Industrial accidents can have devastating effects on the environment and local communities. Ireland's world-class development cooperation programme has proven capabilities in empowering and giving voice to vulnerable communities in a spirit of partnership and justice. We will use this experience to engage with the indigenous peoples of the Arctic region and to build cross-cultural exchanges. We'll work to ensure that their voices are heard when decisions are made that affect their future in the region. Ireland can also bring scientific and technical experience. The application submitted by the government in December is firmly grounded in the ability of our scientific community to understand and address the issues at stake in the Arctic region today. They are already active in many intergovernmental and non-governmental organisations working in the region. We will hear later from Richard Cronin, Head of Marine Environment Policy in the Irish Government, who is the current chair of the OSPAR Commission, about important collaborative work that the Commission under Irish leadership is undertaking with Arctic partners. Ireland has a cutting-edge research and development sector characterised by outstanding levels of collaboration between government, industry and academia. We believe that Ireland can contribute significant expertise that aligns with the mandates of the existing Council working groups. By contributing to an understanding of the dynamics of change in the region, the impact on all who live there, and in promoting and empowering action, Ireland will be serving not only its own interests as an island nation geographically close to the Arctic, but also those of the wider world. I hope that this event today, with its distinguished and knowledgeable panel from Ireland and abroad, will bring our vision of an active, collaborative and engaged observer state to a wider audience. I hope too that the government of the member states of the Arctic Council will consider Ireland's application for observer status in the spirit in which we have made it, as an engaged global citizen keen to play our part in helping increase knowledge of and search for solutions to the difficult ecological problems facing the region. Thank you very much.